Hey guys, you're listening to DJ Sizzle, and today we are going to talk about Overwatch and its sequel, Overwatch 2. And is this game going to replace the original Overwatch, or is this going to just be a sequel and it's going to be its own standalone game that will deviate from Overwatch 1, leaving that game and its competitive 6-on-6 player action versus the PvP the PvE that's announced for the Overwatch 2. Because the original Overwatch is PvP, player versus player. And the main reason why I want to talk about this game is because I got a lot of speculation that Overwatch 2, the leak images that everyone's talking about right now, I think that is fake. Or at least that logo is fake. I don't know about these character images. However, I don't think they would actually call it Overwatch 2. I would call it something else if it was going to be a sequel. But it's a little bit too soon, seeing how most Blizzard games don't actually get sequels until at least 5 or 6 years later, and for some games 10 years later, and for some games never, like World of Warcraft. And that's the thing. Overwatch is still kind of young, and seeing what Fortnite just did with its Chapter 2, a lot of people are thinking that the Overwatch 2 that's being announced right now, well, not really announced, but being leaked around right now, is being talked about because they think that's going to be an expansion to the original Overwatch. However, I'm thinking if it is an expansion to the original Overwatch, does that mean the Switch will get it? And we didn't even get certain modes that other people got. Like the PC, they got workshop mode. We don't even have that. Unless I don't know where it is. Maybe I'm just bad at it. The point is, though, if they do update the game, would they actually update the Switch version? Because I would doubt that they would release a sequel for Overwatch right after they release the game for the Nintendo Switch. Because that's what a lot of people are actually wondering right now is why would they actually release Overwatch 2 after releasing Overwatch on the Switch? But the main reason why most people are wondering that is because if you got the game about like 4 months before you guys announce, well, matter of fact, if you guys announce the game right now, nobody's going to buy it before Christmas. And sales are probably going to plummet right after you guys like announce it, and the game's only been out for a few weeks out on the Switch, so it's interesting, and that's why a lot of people are in a lot of disbelief that this will be Overwatch 2. But let's say that it is Overwatch 2. It's a standalone game, and is it going to be the better version of Overwatch? So does that mean it's going to replace Overwatch, and now we're going to just hear only about Overwatch 2, and you guys aren't going to update Overwatch anymore? Which would be weird because you guys always been Blizzard has always been updating Overwatch. No matter what people wanted it or not, they will always update it. In this case, I actually just want to see a Chapter 2 to Overwatch because it's still in version Model 2. Well, apparently, the update, if you go by the numbers, like they have so many updates, I would just like to see a version 1.2.0. The point is, I don't want there's too many points. The point is, I want to see a better version of the Overwatch that we have right now, because having a sequel would be strange. It would divide the base, I know that, and it would devalue the first one. And I doubt that that's what Blizzard would want right after starting the Overwatch League. I know, yeah, they just started an Overwatch League in 2018, and I cannot believe they actually want to move over their champion players over to the new game, and that's Overwatch 2. Let's say that it's called Overwatch 2. If they move them over, would they have the same special vibe that they have with Overwatch? Because what makes Overwatch so great is that it's a run and gun game, and it's one and done. You pick a character, and then you learn that character, and whoever have used that character as well, they'll know that character. But everybody is on the same playing fields, and nothing is special. However, with Overwatch 2, the way that they announce it is that it's going to have PvE as well as a leveling system, which is one of the little screenshots that leak shows like a leveling system with Tracer. But it will only be in the PvE mode, because the normal multiplayer mode will apparently just be player versus player. I doubt that they would do something like this, But I'm wondering why the hell don't they just add a PvE mode into the regular Overwatch? Now, I know like they got Junkenstein's Revenge, which I'm playing right now, and they got a lot of little arcade modes where you would fight off little bots and whatnot. But I guess they really want to put in like full-blown bosses, which is something that I would like to see in like a real good campaign mode. However, they're saying that Overwatch 2 will be like Left 4 Dead, and I personally didn't like Left 4 Dead. Like, it's cool for the first couple of months, but then it gets kind of boring after about a year. Like, yeah, they came out with a sequel right afterwards, but it was a little bit too soon to come out with a sequel. They should have had Left 4 Dead out for at least for 3 years, and then came out with a sequel when they had the new consoles. But that's what a lot of people are speculating too, is that since the PS5 is going to probably be announced next year, maybe they're working on Overwatch 2 they're going to announce it at Blizzard. I mean, they're going to announce it at Blizzard Con, and then it's going to come out when the new generation consoles come out. Which is something that I find a little bit more ideal because, you know, announcing a new Overwatch game while you just released something on the Switch is a bad idea. But if it's that far away, I still think that's a bad idea. But either way, like everybody's expecting Overwatch 2 to be at BlizzardCon, so hopefully they don't let us down with that big bus. But from what I'm actually hearing about Overwatch 2, if this is just Overwatch 2, they say they're going to add no new characters. However, that's some speculation that's going back and forth. The guy who initially speculated all this and leaked a lot of these rumors on Twitter was a guy named Metro. And Metro once mentioned that we weren't getting a new hero. However, I doubt that. I bet you that's gonna be the first thing they would announce is we're getting a new hero, probably a day before they announce Overwatch 2. So, said character, and a lot of people think that Hero 32 is this little blue chick. The said character will have time to shine before they announce, and by the way, this new character will be in our sequel game that we'll be having out in 2020. Oh man, I'm excited, but at the same time, I would prefer if they would expand the original Overwatch or just make an adaptation. A lot of people are saying that. I don't know how you would do an adaptation to a FPS because it seems like you would have to do some design overhauls. Like with an RPG, yeah, you can add more maps and more characters, and that's something that I would personally like more in Overwatch. But knowing them, they really want to add in and do more with different enemies and whatnot, and different waves of enemies, and you guys having to work as a four-person team. Yeah, they really want to make it like Left 4 Dead. Even they should have just made a 6-on-6 co-op. They could have made it 6-on-6 co-op or just had 12 players go against a big wave of zombies, and it'd really feel like Overwatch. Or not even zombies, but zombie robots. You guys know what I mean. The sci-fi setting that they're in, whatever they want to call it. I think they're called like Omen. I'm learning Overwatch lore. But the robots that they fight in freaking Overwatch. Oh man, you guys, I've been talking for so long, but that's what I really want to know is Overwatch 2 gonna replace Overwatch 1? I don't want it to. I just want a sequel, but Overwatch Chapter 2, kind of like Fortnite Chapter 2, you know? However, seeing how these leaks look really convincing, which I seriously doubt because like some people can make some really good 3D art. You could just slap on an Overwatch 2 logo on there, and initially it looked really bad, but with these looking really, really, really good, I'm betting that they're going to talk about a Overwatch 2, but I'm hoping that it's not Overwatch 2. It's going to be called Overwatch Second Strike, or it's going to have a subtitle in it, because let's be honest, guys, if they announce Overwatch 2, it's going to kill the base or divide it. And you guys just started, Blizzard, you guys just started a freaking Overwatch League. We literally got, like, state teams, and now they're going to be like, oh, well, now we got to learn how to play Overwatch 2. And that's going to just, like, that's just going to, it's going to disinterest me because I know so much about Overwatch 1 now. It would be interesting to watch Overwatch 2. It just doesn't play right, you know? It's new things to learn, and from what I'm hearing too, if they do an Overwatch 2, they're not adding any new characters, and that's where I'm just like, okay, this can't be a sequel to the game. They're probably doing a spin-off, kind of like how World of Warcraft is technically a spin-off of Warcraft, but Warcraft 3 was originally, not FPS, a tactical game. Then they made it into a MMO. So I'm hoping that they take the PvP aspects and maybe make it into a third-person shooter with 4-on-4 co-op, and you gotta fight different robots and fight giant robots like Monster Hunter. That would be bitchin'. See, I want like a world of Overwatch, okay? But what do I really want to know is, what do you guys want? Do you want to see a actual sequel to Overwatch 2 that will replace Overwatch 1? Or would you like to see an expansion of Overwatch 1 and still keep all the skins and all the hard things that we worked for in the original game? Because let's be honest, everything that we are getting right now is not going to carry over to Overwatch 2 if it was a sequel. So, let's hate Blizzard for being greedy, but you guys know what to do. Leave it in the comments. Tell me, what do you guys want to see? A new Overwatch or just an Overwatch expansion? I will talk to you guys later, and have a good night.